Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett and Reeves. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Reeves Mitchell. Been doing the Lawton Eisenhower games for the majority of the season. Also work at 107.7 The Franchise, where I do the game of the week each Friday night for that station. So very, very happy to have this opportunity to come down to Jones and call a great football game here tonight. Should be a good one.
Yeah, so we are looking at the Jones Longhorns 6-0 taking on the Chisholm Longhorns, who are 3-3 on the season. Chisholm made a deep playoff push last year. The season's not started off quite as well for them this year, but it is homecoming, and we have our camera up so that you can see the homecoming activities out on the field. Don't know that you'll be able to hear the announcer, and I do not have the introductions of the players to read to you, but we're going to go ahead and just leave the camera up during the homecoming activities, turn the audio off, and for those of you who are watching and interested in what's going on at Jones High School, you'll be able to see the Queen crowned tonight. So stay with us. As soon as homecoming's over with, we'll come back, talk about this game a little bit. We have an interview with Coach Witt that we'll play. And then we'll get right on into some football. Back with us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. I hope you're enjoying watching the homecoming activity. Sorry we couldn't get the audio from the speakers down to you, but we have crowned a queen here tonight. It is Kylan Higgins, and the king is Luke DeBusk, a running back, linebacker for the Jones Longhorns. We've seen him do some damage out on the field, just running over people the last 6 games. Expect to see some more of that tonight. Hopefully he doesn't, just get all caught up in being the homecoming king tonight, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I got to say, all the girls' dresses are very sharp, and I like the black jerseys for Jones tonight. Those are very sharp as well. So good-looking kids down there, and I'm ready for a great game here tonight.
The numbers are a little easier to read with the white on black.
Okay, were they wearing green previous weeks?
Green numbers on white jerseys
okay,
are hard to read.
That could be difficult for sure.
Yeah, and my old eyes struggle with it more than they used to. But, all right, folks, so we are getting ready for our countdown to kickoff here, and our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Bank First. Bank First in Oklahoma offers valuable banking solutions, including checking accounts, savings accounts, commercial loans, treasury services, and much more. Bank online with our mobile app. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you. Located at 9285 North Hiwassee Road, member FDIC. We're going to go ahead and run through our bumpers that we normally run when we first start our stream, since we haven't done that, and we'll be right back with you in just a moment here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School, Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium here at Jones, where the Jones Longhorns are hosting the Chisholm Longhorns. Jones comes into this game 6-0 on the season, victories over Luther. Kiefer, that was a big victory. Kiefer, a ranked team in 2A1. Jones had no trouble winning that one 36-8. Then they got a phenomenal win over ranked 4A team in Bethany, 43-19, the score there. Defeated Perry, Millwood 2 weeks ago, and then Crooked Oak this past week in what was a running clock from the opening kick all the way through the game. It was an hour-long football game.
I've been pretty used to running clocks this season, but after halftime starts, so not at the beginning of the game. That's pretty crazy. And I got to say, that's a pretty impressive win on the road at Bethany, a team I've seen throughout my high school career, and then after that as well, called some of their games. They're always a pretty good team, and bumping up 2 classes there to go on the road and beat a ranked 4A team. What is that, 43-19? That's pretty impressive. That's
been a game where they've played the last several years, and it's been a back-and-forth close game, and then they just handled business this year really well. And Bethany's still getting it done in district. They beat a really good Blanchard team last week. So tonight it's against Chisholm, who is 3-3 on the season. Chisholm lost to Metro Christian in their season opener. Metro Christian, a top 5 team in Class 2A1. Defeated Hennessy and Newkirk, lost to Oklahoma Christian in this district, who Jones will be playing in 2 weeks, and then lost to Mount St. Mary, who Jones faces next week, and got the big win, 72-0 over a Blackwell team that's really struggling. So
yeah, and we've had a couple people text in on the radio station I work at saying Mount St. Mary's has a really good team this year, and people should watch out for them. So my eyes are peering at that game in 2 weeks for Jones. That's going to be a really good matchup between Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary has, I don't know a lot about what the changes that have taken place there, but they've really turned a corner this year.
Yeah, it's been a program that struggled. They definitely were struggling when I was in high school, and they used to run that triple option kind of style offense, and I think they've gone away from that now and gone to some more spread and up-tempo looks on offense, but it's really paid dividends. And yeah, that program seems to be rolling along really nicely lately, so I'm excited for to see that matchup. But Jones has got to handle business here tonight against Chisholm. That's the first order of detail here.
Go ahead and, if you would, Cass, go ahead and throw those district standings back up that you just had up on the screen. We'll hit those real quick. I just looked over and realized you had those up. So Jones is sitting in the first place in the district. Mount St. Mary is sitting in the second place. Well, actually, it's a tie. They're both undefeated, both have 45 points. So, they're tied for first in district. Play next week. That'll start working itself out. Followed by Oklahoma Christian and then Chisholm in the fourth place spot in the district. Finishing up the districts, Millwood, Perry, Crooked Oak, and Blackwell. Now, in 2A1, a couple of the other top teams, we already mentioned Metro Christian over in District 4. They've got a couple of good, or at least one good game coming up with Sequoia Tahlequah. It's District 2 that is in the spotlight tonight. Washington and Marlowe, 2 teams that have been neck and neck, playing overtime games, beating up on each other. Both of them, obviously, Washington, repeat state champions. Marlowe giving Washington everything they want every time they play. They play tonight. And Washington has shown just a little bit of chink in their armor with a loss to a really good 3A Sulphur team.
Yeah, I got to commentate Washington's state championship victory last season. I believe it was at UCO in Edmond, Oklahoma, but that was a really good game. And, yeah, that's a program that has been really good as of late. Did not know they had already dropped a game, but, yeah, sounds like they dropped one to a really good team. So that's a game we're going to be keeping our eyes on all night long. And, this seems like the most important game in the state, which it is to us, but as you know, there's always some great games going on around the state as well that we're going to be keeping you updated on.
All right, as far as the rankings go, VDOG does his rankings each week, and Jones Longhorns ranked number 1 in Class 2A1, followed up by those two teams we were just talking about in District 2, Marlow, and then Washington Metro Christian in the 4th spot, Kingston down in southeast Oklahoma in the 5th spot, followed by Sequoia, Tahlequah, Mount St. Mary, undefeated. I have them in the 7th spot, but it's really based on who they've played so far more than how well they're playing. Oklahoma Christian, another team from this district, in the 8th spot.
Yep.
And then Kiefer, who Jones has already beaten, and, man, that 10th spot, just having a real hard time figuring out who needs to be there. Chandler's dropped some games this year, but they have some really quality victories, including a big victory over Clinton. And so push them into the 10 spot this last week. We're going to go ahead and cut over. We have an interview with Coach Kevin Witt. We won't talk a whole lot about last week's game against Crooked Oak, but he's going to give us just a little bit about the game tonight against the Chisholm Longhorns. So here's your interview with Coach Kevin Witt. Well, we're going to just kind of bypass this past week. It was a little bit more of a scrimmage, glorified practice for Jones. No offense to Crooked Oak. That's just kind of where they were right now, at this point. All right, let's look at the Chisholm Longhorns coming into Jones this Thursday. What do you know about Chisholm?
Well, we've played Chisholm the past couple of years. It's been a tough game for us. They've got some athletes. They've got some kids come in. Their wide receivers are probably one of the best groups we're going to see at that position. So we're really going to kind of get tested kind of for the first time through the air. We feel like this week, and I think that's good for us. And obviously it's a big district game for us.
Absolutely. Now Chisholm last year, their record was a little bit better coming into this game. This year, they've fallen to 3-3. They have losses already, including a big loss to Mount St. Mary, who's looking like a much improved program over last year. We'll talk about them more next week. But so receivers, passing game, how's the Chisholm defense look right now?
They're good. You know, I think you talk about the Mount St. Mary's game. They turned the ball over quite a bit in that game and had some issues with that and some special teams play. So it looked a lot worse than it probably was. So they're going to be a good opponent for us. It's obviously, like I said, these next 3 games are huge as far as district play, and they just keep getting better and better. So, you know, we've got to go take care of business in this one, hopefully, and then get everything done. Being homecoming, you definitely want to take care of business.
So what does homecoming do to the schedule during the I know as an athletic director, it creates a lot of busy work during the week. Hopefully you have some good help with all of the homecoming activities on game day. But what is do you see this as a positive energy booster, a distraction? What's your views on homecoming for the football team?
Well, we've been on both ends. It all depends on our kids. I think this group of kids is going to be positive. They're really locked in. You know, we've had groups in the past where it's a struggle. They're more worried about what's going on throughout the week. But this group is a good group, and they're really locked into what we're doing because there is a lot of stuff going on. You know, they're working on floats in the evenings, dress up days during the week. You know, Wednesday's parade day. We're going from parade to practice, and so there's a lot of moving pieces that, you know, can distract these kids. But I think this group, we faced a lot of distractions this year, a lot of firsts, just like last week with the quick game and working throughout the week for that game. This group is really focused on what we're trying to do.
Awesome. So I ask you a fun question real quick. So you have dress up days this week. What's your favorite dress up day this week? And do you
obviously crazy green and white every time. So
do you participate with anything other than the green and white day?
No, that's my everyday. It's green and white. I'm every day. So
you're not going to dress up in like some 50s attire with the rolled up jeans and the the virtual pack of cigarettes and the white t-shirts. Probably wouldn't go over in schools too well.
No.
All right, Coach.
Yeah.
Anything going on? How the team healthy? How's things stand with the roster this week?
Yeah, we're pretty healthy. I mean, nothing. You know, we got out last week without anything, so that was the biggest thing is getting out of net last week without any injuries. So we're doing pretty good on that front right now.
All right. Well, I'm not going to ask you about your game plan or what plays that we might expect to see. Even though we don't run this early enough to give anybody a heads up, we'll let that be your secret, right?
Gotcha.
All right. Well, anything that you want to add to the pregame show here, Coach?
No, not that I can think of this week. I mean, we're pretty excited to get in this run of our schedule and get going in these 3 games and kind of see where things land.
All right. Well, hope you have a great week with all your homecoming activities and that it proves not to be much of a distraction. These guys are dialed in, as you said, and hopefully they'll stay that way. We'll just close out with the Go Longhorns.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a great week. Thank you, Coach.
All right, bye.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell. We are underway in Jones, Oklahoma. The Jones Longhorns kicking off to the Chisholm Longhorns. Jones won the opening tip. That opening tip, or coin flip, I should say, brought to you by Bell Bonds by Tamara. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bell Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. Bell Bonds by Tamara. And our first quarter brought to you by Elemental Insulation, proudly serving Oklahoma with trusted residential and commercial insulation services. Find us on Facebook or call 405-655-0373. Opening kickoff, return to the 35-yard line. That's where Chisholm will start this drive. Handoff up the middle. Boy, the light blue numbers on those white jerseys are going to be brutal as this gets a little darker out here.
Yeah, but at least we got the white ones on the black for Jones. So nice tackle by number 42 there, looked like. That would be Jesse Hernandez, the junior running back / linebacker.
Yeah, he is, just so you know, Jesse, his preference, Jesse Hernandez Jr.
Gotcha, junior.
All right.
All right.
Number 9, Manu Smolinski, the running back for Chisholm on that play. It's a 2nd and 8 for Chisholm now. Looks like the ball right at the 37-yard line. Little pass caught for a short gain on the play, but enough to make it 3rd and manageable for Chisholm.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do there, getting a 3rd and manageable situation. The safeties were kind of backed off there, allowing that nice little curl route underneath, and big 3rd down play coming up early in this one.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, so very manageable. And that was, you mentioned the safeties backed off. They had plenty of room for open receiver there. The quarterback, number 17, Connor Quintero, is a senior for Chisholm. In the backfield with him, number 22, Malachi Owens. We've already mentioned Manu Smolinski. Taking their time here. The play clock's down to 7 seconds already. 3. Boy, it almost expired. It was down to 1. Run up the middle, and it's going to be really close. He fell right on the line to gain.
I think he may be an inch or so short here. Yeah, ref signals 4th down here. So decision time early here for the Chisholm Longhorns.
Interesting, out of the games that I've seen so far, including a traditional power in Millwood, this may sound strange that they haven't picked up a 1st down in 3 plays, but they've moved the ball with a little bit of authority on 3 plays and look confident in what they're doing on the field. Talking about Chisholm here.
Yeah, we'll see if they just bluff this or not, or actually go for it. I would expect them to go for it, considering it is such a short 4th down.
Quarterback keeps it, and he is stuffed. Jones' defense comes up big. Oh, my goodness. Luke DeBusk in there on the stop, along with number 27, and I believe, is that his brother, Eli DeBusk?
Yeah, that would be his brother. So that's a brother times brother tackle there for the 4th down stop. And, yeah, I agree with the call to go for it there. Once you motion that guy out and go under center, I think everybody in the building knew that was going to be a quarterback sneak. And Jones was all over it. So credit to the Jones defense for stepping up big there, giving their offense great field position.
9 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the first. Jones gets their first possession on the Chisholm 44-yard line. Handoff right up the middle. Jaquan Johnson's got plenty of room, a huge hole. And he's still on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 20.
Almost like the Red Sea parted there up the middle. And what a nice run by Jones. Really hit the hole hard, and they're going to run with some tempo here.
25-yard gain for Johnson. Hanson takes the snap, hands off to Johnson. Johnson's looked like he was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and he breaks free for a gain of 2 on the play.
It's only been 2 runs so far from John Quay Johnson, number 5, but, man, he seems like a tough customer to bring down. He's broken at least 3 or 4 tackles already on these first 2 plays. So
I don't know how he got away from that one in the backfield.
I don't either.
That was
very impressive.
Hanson in shotgun. Johnson still in the backfield. 2 receivers each side of the field. Hanson swings the ball out to the left side to Collier. Collier inside the 10. It's going to be probably a 1st down. It's real close to the sticks.
Yeah, looks like right at the marker there. And when you run the ball up the middle with such success early, it's going to open that screen game up to the outside. That's exactly what they do there for the 1st down reception.
That was an 8-yard gain to Collier. It is a 1st and goal to go at the 9-yard line for Jones. Hand off to Johnson, right up the middle down to the 1-yard line.
Man, he's hitting the hole hard on his first 3 carries and brings it down to the 1-yard line there. So really great scoring opportunity here for the Jones offense early.
2nd and goal for Jones. Hanson keeps it this time, dances through defenders, and gets into the end zone. Boy, there's some bodies bent backwards as they got to the goal line.
We got a light show. How about that?
Yeah, great facilities here at Jones, the 2A school, great community support with bond voted in bonds by the community as well as just a lot of boosters who contribute. So really nice facilities, the artificial turf field. Give that a 1-yard run by Hanson.
Looks like they're setting up to go for 2 here.
They have been kicking this year. Hanson rolls to his right, looking for receivers. Got one down there. It is. We have a flag on the play. Hunter Purvis caught that one out on the corner of the end zone.
Looks like it's going to be a legal man downfield, I believe, on number 50 or one of those other linemen there. So they're going to have to redo the try.
That'll back them up a little bit. We'll see if they go for it again.
See, looks like they're still going to go for 2 here. You've said they've been kicking this year. Kind of an interesting decision here early, even after the penalty, to decide to still go for 2.
Well, first of all, it shows they're feeling confident.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And maybe, even though they got the stop without giving up a first down, Chisholm looked confident, so maybe they're wanting to just step on the throats early.
No doubt.
Hanson drops back, looking for receiver. Right over the middle and through the hands of Purvis as he was cutting across the middle. That pass was just a little bit behind him.
Yeah, just a little bit behind him and a little too much mustard on him, but that's a really nice opening drive for this Jones Longhorn offense.
All right, 6-0 is the score. Jones on top of Chisholm. 8:15 left to play in the first period. We're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School, Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium, where the Jones Longhorns took their opening possession of the game in 1 minute and 20 seconds. They drove 44 yards down the field, capped off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Asen Hanson.
Oh, that ball's out.
Jones kicks off to Chisholm. Chisholm fighting for yardage, and Jones comes up with it. And that was number 22 who come out of there with the ball. Ben Williams. Ben Williams is a guy that comes in as running back late in the game in cleanup time who just runs over people. So
yeah, it was Blake Thompson on the return for Chisholm, and it was really a very nice return, getting it all the way to the 40-yard line and broke a tackle at the last second. And I think the refs are changing the call now because they are pointing to Chisholm's ball. So I thought that ball was loose. Seemed like he ripped it out at the end, but hey, they have better eyes than us. So.
Yeah, they got together out in the middle of the field and talked about it a while. The Jones offense was coming out on the field when the officials signaling to them, no, it's Chisholm ball.
Well, that's a big break early here for Chisholm because that would have been another short field for Jones, and we saw what they just did on their last series, marching it down the field for a touchdown.
So, again, that last drive, we kind of recapped it, 1 minute, 20 seconds, 44 yards, capped by a 1-yard run by Asen Hanson. And your drive summary brought to you by Jones Nutrition, located on Hiawassee, where you can energize and fuel your day. First play of the drive for Chisholm here at their own 38-yard line. They get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, seems like both teams want to play with some pace, much more on the Jones side of things so far. They've been running with much more tempo, but, you know, this seems like a spread attack for Chisholm where they want to get the ball out quickly as well.
I was a little encouraged by what Jones might be able to do on their first couple of plays, but after that, they've had a little bit of trouble. A flag comes in late on that one. We might see a pass interference on that.
I believe we're going to, yeah.
I'm not sure that pass was catchable.
No, it didn't look like it. Quarterback sailed it over number 9's head, which would be Manus Monolski. That's certainly a name.
Still waiting for them to march off the penalty, and they go back to the original line of scrimmage, mark off the 15-yard penalty. It takes them into Jones territory. 1st and 10 for Chisholm now at the Jones 47.
Seen a lot of passes here early from Chisholm. We'll see if they try to work the run game a little bit, and I think it would be a smart idea considering what Jones was able to do on their offensive possession. You probably want to try to keep the ball out of their hands as much as you can.
I feel like Chisholm has gotten bailed out, one on the fumble on the kick return,
Yeah.
and then on that last pass interference call. Man, a burst of speed out of the backfield and nailed at the line of scrimmage.
That's number 20, Dorian Wiley, on the tackle. That was powerful.
Yeah, he looked stout, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That was a very nice tackle there. And like you said, the running back was running with a full head of steam.
2nd and 10 for Chisholm, still at the 47-yard line of Jones. 6 minutes left to play here in the first period. 6-0 is the score. Pass caught inside the 45 for a short gain, and then was that number 9 coming in with a big hit?
Jet Bybee looks like on the hit. Yeah, that was another powerful hit. I mean, I'll tell you what, this Jones defense is cracking their pads here early.
You know, hits like that make you start to think twice about making the catch next time.
No doubt about it. Yeah, you start looking upfield to see where that defender is, and that's when the ball can be jarred loose. So
3rd and 7 now for Chisholm at the Jones 44-yard line. 3 receivers on this near side with one split out way wide on the top of the field. Handoff right up the middle. Again, hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
We'll see what they do with the decision here. I mean, it's, 4th and 7? This would be a long 7 to go for it.
They are in Jones territory.
Yeah, they are. This is kind of no man's land right here.
Yeah, a punt doesn't necessarily, may not help you a lot unless you can just pin them down deep. That was number 22, Malachi Owens, on that last carry, and he was met at the line of scrimmage with intent. 3 receivers on the far side this time, 1 on the near. Owens in the backfield with Quintero.
Yeah, timeout, Chisholm. They were just trying to draw him off sides there, and I would expect the punt team to come right back out here and try to pin him deep.
Yeah, if that were a college game or a professional game, you would have seen them take a 5-yard penalty before punting.
Yes.
Most high school punters are probably not going to put that one out of the end zone, so go ahead and take the timeout.
Yeah.
We'll take a timeout as well here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School, where the Chisholm Longhorns have been stopped once again. This time they got into Jones territory. The punt is up, and it is going to fall just inside the 15-yard line. Jones will have the long field this time, taking over at their own 13 to begin this drive. 2 good stops by the Jones defense. The only real positive thing that's happened for Chisholm offensively was a 15-yard pass interference penalty against Jones.
Yeah, that was a positive, and then you got to say a positive was getting that fumble back as well, because I thought Jones was all over that on the kickoff, but the refs either ruled him down for first or said that that Chisholm actually fell on it. So that was a big break for them as well. They need their defense to step up here as they got gashed the first series of the game.
That other 2A1 game that we've been keeping an eye on, we talked about in the pregame, Marlowe leading Washington 7-0 early. So short gain on the play, maybe 5, actually.
I believe that might have been the state championship last year. I know Washington won it. I believe they were playing Marlowe. That sounds right in my head at least, but I don't want to throw out anything wrong.
I believe
there.
they beat Millwood last year.
Okay, yeah. I just remember doing a Marlowe game as well, but yeah, those are 2 really good teams historically.
So 5-yard gain that was Jose Taylor in there at running back now. Anson takes the shotgun snap, looks right, throws it into the ground. Man, he might have had a little room to run out there on the far side of the field.
Yeah, it looked like he gave up on that one a little bit too soon. No rushers were really impending upon him, but just throws it in the dirt there and lives to play another down.
3rd and 5 now at the 18-yard line for Jones. 4 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Wow. That would be called a spread, and the pass is dropped by Evan Collier. I would have been surprised if he'd gotten anywhere after catching that anyway. He was covered up pretty well.
Yeah, he was. I think they were trying to go a little screen look there or something, but Chisholm was all over it, and the defender being right there forced him to drop that pass. So that's a big-time stop for the Chisholm Longhorns, considering where they're at in this game right now.
Jones will punt from their own 5-yard line. Punting for Jones is Cash Marenko. Gets that boot off. That ball's going to hit on the Chisholm side of the field and roll mostly sideways. Down to the 43-yard line. Chisholm will take over at their own 43.
Well, more good field position for this Chisholm Longhorn offense, trying to tie this game up or even take the lead if they're able to connect on an extra point after the touchdown. So this is a big drive coming up here to, see where they're at in this ball game.
3 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the first period, brought to you by Elemental Insulation. Big matchup in 5A tonight between a couple of teams that are trying to establish themselves, Collinsville and Claremore. Collinsville has the early lead 14-0. Of course, we have a lot of 5A schools on the Oklahoma Sports Network, so we try to keep track of those potential playoff matchups. Handoff to Owens up the middle, gets a gain of about 4 before being met by some linebackers and pushed back into the backfield again.
Yeah, I'll give Owens credit. He hits the hole very hard. He's been running with some authority. The problem is the Jones defense has not been backing down to his aggression, and they've done a really good job bottling him up early in this game.
So it looks like Gavin Smith is in the backfield as the tailback now. Quintero at quarterback. Shotgun snap. Hands off to Smith. Smith finds him a hole, picks up a good gain. Best gain of the game for Chisholm as he drives into Jones territory for the first down.
Yeah, and it almost looked like kind of a broken play there where the handoff didn't almost get to Smith on the play, but once he gives it to him, he really hit the hole hard, evades 2 Jones defenders, and picks up a big first down there as they're on the Jones Longhorn side of the field now.
Brandon Todd, the receiver here on the near side. You've got on the far side of the field for Chisholm, Manu Smolinski and number 21 as well, Jake Anderson. Handoff up the middle again for a short gain, maybe 2 yards.
Really trying to work that run game early, but outside of the last play, Jones has been very good at not giving up a big yards per average so far. So I think they're trying to open up that play action game for later and see if they can catch them sleeping over the top.
That was Gavin Smith on that last carry. It's 3 tailbacks that have carried the ball with a nice burst of speed. They don't dance around waiting for things to develop. They go ahead and hit the hole hard and fast. Quintero in shotgun. Smith on his left. Moves to his right. Now in motion. A little swing pass. Spins around, and he's taken down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, really good discipline over there by the Jones defenders. They snipped out that screen as soon as the running back started motioning. and they were all over it in the backfield for maybe a loss of 1 or back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like the DeBusk brothers were in on that stop. And
I have a feeling we're going to be saying that a lot tonight.
Yeah, maybe Noah Norris was in there as well. 3rd down and 9 for Chisholm at the Jones 40. They've gotten into Jones territory on each of the last 2 drives, but not able to get past the 40-yard line here. Quintero passes, and right through the hands of his receiver, number 5, Blake Thompson.
That was a good ball over there to the far left side. That's a really tough throw for a quarterback, but
I think he heard steps.
Yeah, I think he heard steps as well, and that was a nice throw. I didn't realize on the first punt that the quarterback's going to go ahead and boot this ball off again.
Of course, that gives you an additional threat.
Yep.
Potential.
Always
pass
got to
down
watch the
field.
fake, yeah.
We haven't seen him run the ball much at this point, have we?
No, we haven't.
The punt is off. That one may take a bounce. Oh, it's going to take a bounce and die. Wow, great coverage by the special teams of Chisholm there as they down that one inside the 5-yard line.
Tremendous punt there by the quarterback, number 17, and great job by the coverage unit, not giving up on the play, getting down there quickly and able to down it at the 2-yard line, it looks like. So
Jagger Lohman was the one that ran down there and picked that ball up before it bounced into the end zone.
Yeah, tremendous play there. And Jones, if they want to score a touchdown here, is going to have to go the long way, 98 yards at that.
55 seconds left on the clock here in the first period. Jones has the ball at their own 2-yard line to begin this drive. Now, the last drive they started backed up in their own territory and weren't able to really make much happen, had to punt it away. Anson standing in his own end zone to take the shotgun snap. Wind at his back, keeps it, runs, gets around the right side, and he's going to drag a defender a yard or 2 before he gets pushed backwards a long ways back into the end zone, but he picks up about 7 on the play.
Yeah, really nice run there, and it's always scary in the end zone when you do decide to cut outside. You got to make sure you can, get that correct angle, because if the defense tackles you, it's obviously a safety back there. So great job getting the outside edge and picking up a nice gain to give this offense some breathing room.
2nd and short now for Jones. DeBusk in there at tailback now. Again, he's built more like a fullback. The 3-yard gain, really 2 to go. It looks like a long 2. Wouldn't be surprised. Nope. Just going to be Anson following DeBusk. Picks up the first down at the 15.
That'll take us to the end of the quarter here.
Call it a 4-yard gain on the play. End of the first. 6-0 the score. Jones leading Chisholm with a first down deep in their own territory here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussa, Reeves Mitchell back at Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium at Jones High School, where the Jones Longhorns lead the Chisholm Longhorns 6-0 as we begin the second period of play. Jones has a 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Hanson completes the pass to Hardiman out at the 18. Hardiman's pushed backwards, but he'll still get the 4-yard gain.
Yeah, nice gain there for this Jones offense, and they've done a really good job escaping their own end zone just trying to, at least if they're not going to score this drive, flip the field a little bit, because if you have to punt within your own 10-yard line, that can set up the other team to do some serious damage.
That first drive, it was Jaquan Johnson broke a big run, I think, on his second carry.
Yeah.
And just keep waiting for something like that to happen again based on what we've seen out of this team this year. Hansen in trouble in the backfield, gets away from the tackle, stiff arms another defender, crosses the 30. Here's a big run for Hansen as he crosses the 35 and is tackled out of bounds on the Jones sideline.
And man, that was another one that looked like a broken play there, and it could have been a loss of yardage for this Longhorn offense. But great job by Hansen just keeping his composure, finding the correct running lane, and getting to the outside for the first down. He's certainly a good quarterback.
So that play started at the 19-yard line, so a 13-yard gain. No, excuse me, a 18-yard gain for Hansen. First and 10. That one hand off to Johnson. That one looked like Johnson wasn't ready for it, and yet he breaks through the line, and he's gone all the way. It is another touchdown for the Jones Longhorns as they take that one 63 yards.
Beautiful play there, Johnson. Again, I mean, you got to talk about his awareness and his ability to hit the hole hard. And once he gets past that second unit of Chisholm defenders, he is off to the races, and he may be the fastest player on the field here tonight.
Extra point attempt coming, 10:39 to play in the second. Hansen takes the snap, has the receiver in the end zone, and it is caught by Hunter Purvis. That's his first reception of the game, I think. He had that catch earlier on the 2-point attempt, but a penalty flag was thrown.
Yeah. Might have been the same play as well.
It very much looks like the same play, just the other end of the field. You are correct.
Nice roll out there and finding him in the back corner of the end zone. So really, really nice drive there. 98-yard drive. That's very impressive there by this Jones offense, showing us that they can do it with the short field at about the 45-yard line or so when they scored their first touchdown, and that time going the entire distance of the field with a 98-yard touchdown drive. So doing it both ways. Capped
with the 63-yard touchdown run by Jaquan Johnson.
Yeah, just phenomenal speed there.
That drive took 2 minutes and 16 seconds. It began at 55-second mark of the first period, finished at the 10:39 mark of the second. And that drive summary brought to you by Jones Nutrition, located on Hiawassee, where you can energize and fuel your day. 14-0 the score now.
It's got to be demoralizing for Chisholm, having a stellar punt to down them at the 2-yard line, and then just 2 minutes later, Jones is breaking down the sideline for their second touchdown of the night.
Two really big runs by Jaquan Johnson in this game, and that first down run by Asen Hansen earlier that created some space was a good run as well, went 18 yards. Return by Chisholm comes out to the 24-yard lines where they'll begin this drive. 10:32 to play in the first half. 14-0 the score. Jones on top.
Well, this is a big drive for the Chisholm Longhorn offense. Feels like we've been saying that all night, but, trailing 14-0 now, you're kind of getting into danger zone a little bit in this game, and especially if you're not able to even pick up a first down on this drive, it's going to give that Jones offense a lot of momentum, who has had a nice night so far. So it would go a long way for this Chisholm offense to do some damage on this drive.
Quintero takes the shotgun snap, completes the pass out to the right side. It's going to be a first down, a gain of about 15. Let's see, they mark him out at the 37, so a gain of 12 on the play.
Yeah, that was number 2, Brandon Todd on the reception. Nice job catching it quickly and turning to his outside shoulder, getting around the cornerback for the first down. So, the passing game has looked solid here tonight so far for Chisholm. It's been the running game where they've really struggled to pick up any big plays outside of the one by Smith earlier.
Just a score update for a neighbor of the Jones Longhorns, the Choctaw Yellow Jackets on the road at Stillwater tonight. And those two teams have been right at the top of 6A2 now for several years. It is Stillwater on top 14-0 early in that one.
Yeah, I got to call a Stillwater game earlier this year, and they are a really well-oiled machine this season. I mean, they were scoring at will. That defense is really solid as well. I was very impressed with the Pioneers as a whole.
Of course, Choctaw, the defending state champions in 6A2. But looks like a couple of losses on the season already, 3 of them now. They not quite at least as strong as they were last year. 2nd down and 9 for Chisholm. Quintero drops back. Same pass he made earlier. Nice hit on the receiver. He caught that ball up in the air. That was Slade Smith. No, that was Brandon Todd. Excuse me.
Number 2, Brandon Todd, who made that catch earlier.
Who was it that come in and took his legs out from under him there while he was in the air? Did you see who that was?
I think that was number 2, Derek Templeton.
All right.
That far side cornerback.
Good defensive play.
Yeah, nice play. Todd will learn. Well, he's a senior, so he probably should have learned it already, but not to jump on plays like that. Just catch it flat-footed, and you'll avoid the hit.
Little sweep play coming to the near side. And what a tackle made out there by number 9, Jet Bibby again.
Yeah, this Jones defense can really tackle, and there's been a lot of these 3rd and 4th down short yardage situations where it feels like Chisholm's going to pick up the yardage needed, but Jones comes in there and makes a really, really nice tackle to keep them short again, so brings up another decision for this offense, but I think the decision is already made.
Yeah, 3rd and 1 for Chisholm on that play, and it looked like they had the corner.
Yeah.
And Bibby comes flying in for a 1-yard loss on the tackle.
Watch a quarterback run game here for sure in an empty set. I think they're going to go ahead and call timeout, though.
Timeout for the Chisholm Longhorns. This is their 2nd timeout of the half. 7:54 left to play in the 2nd quarter. 14-0 the score. Jones on top here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School where the Chisholm Longhorns are on the march. They have the ball with a 4th and 2 at their own 45-yard line.
This looks like a Wildcat play.
And it looks like it's going to work as well. Well, not yet. He has not broken there.
My
He gets
goodness.
the first down. And extra yardage coming all the way into Jones territory down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was number 9, Manu Smanolski on the direct snap. And I'll tell you what, he was playing with some fire there, cutting it back, 3 or 4 times to the right side. If he was tackled on one of them, he was going to wind up short on the play. But great job just not giving up on it and running out to the outside for the first down. So
some missed arm tackles by the Jones defense
for sure,
on that play.
some missed tackles on the play. And maybe that's the type of play that gets this Chisholm Longhorn offense cooking up a little bit.
This is their deepest penetration into Jones territory with the 1st and 10 now at the 35. Jesse Hernandez Jr., the right defensive end, limping a little bit after that play. Little swing pass to the left side. Got the sideline, may have stepped out.
Yeah.
Wow, he got the first down on the play. It's going to be a gain of about 12.
Like you said, though, another missed arm tackle on the play.
That pass was complete to number 21.
Yep, that is Jake Anderson. We've seen him featured a lot tonight in the slot. Seems like a Swiss Army knife type player that he can do just about anything for this offense. We see the screen pass to him there for 10-plus yard gain.
Quintero back in the shotgun. He's got one receiver on his right. One tailback on his right. Got a receiver here on the near side, 3 on the far side. Hand off. And that's going to result in a short gain of maybe 2 yards just outside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, this interior of the Jones defense has really stepped up here tonight, and seems like the Chisholm offensive line has not been able to get too good of a push here early on against the front 7 of Jones. So got to give the big boys their credit when they're winning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got Michael Renfro, big number 72, and lined up at nose. And
I wouldn't want to block him up the middle.
And Dorian Wiley in there. He's a force as well from the left side. He's putting pressure on the quarterback. Throw into the end zone is incomplete. Man, he had a man open, just missed him by a yard.
Quintero's going to want that one back. He's going to see that one in his dreams here tonight. I mean, he had a receiver smoking open over the middle on a nice little post route and totally went between the middle of the 2 safeties there. Looked like a touchdown-type play, but just a little bit of an overthrow there. He's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Quintero back in shotgun again. Trips on the far side of the field, drops back, pass over the middle, in and out of the hands of a receiver at the 5-yard line. That was in traffic, but the pass was right on target.
It was. I think that one should have been caught by Manu Smanolski there, who took the direct snap on the 4th down here earlier on the drive. Really nice ball there by Quintero, and the receiver's got to hang on to that one, no doubt.
Now, Smolinski is hands on hips, kneeling down. He looks like he's sucking some air out there.
Yeah, he could use a sub for sure, but this is a big 4th down and 9 play, and he seems like one of the better receivers on this Chisholm Longhorn team. So I think the coaches want him to stay out there.
Clock's ticking down to 4 seconds already on the play clock. Looks like we're going to have another timeout by Chisholm. This is their final timeout of the half. 14-0 the score. Jones on top of the Chisholm Longhorns with 5:59 to play in the second period. We're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School, where the Jones Longhorns lead the Chisholm Longhorns 14-0, 5:59 to play in the second quarter. It's a 4th down and 9 for Chisholm in Jones territory at the 21-yard line.
Big play upcoming.
Quintero takes the snap, drops back, pass over the middle, misses his target, and that will give the ball back to Jones, turning it over on down.
You know, a couple crucial plays on that drive, especially on this set of downs where I thought Chisholm had a great opportunity to score. The first one, the throw over the middle, well, they were really both to Smanolski. The first one over the middle could have been a touchdown, slight overthrow by Quintero. And then the second one, a really nice ball by Quintero, but the receiver could not hold on to it. And then that 4th down, Jones appeared to be all over it for the 4th down stop, so a big chance in this game to take a commanding lead into halftime.
1st and 10 for Jones, their own 21-yard line. Hand off to Jose Taylor. He's got a big hole, spins around a tackle, crosses the 30-yard line out to the 33.
That dive play out of the pistol tonight has worked very well for Jones. Seems like that's their bread and butter run offensively, and they have ran it to perfection thus far. Maybe over 100 yards on the play here tonight already, if you count the 63-yard burst from Johnson earlier.
12-yard gain by Taylor on that play. Taylor still in the backfield. Hansen drops back, looking for a receiver, under pressure, dances around, escapes one tackle, fires this one.
Oh,
He's
my
got a
goodness.
receiver. Evan Collier wide open, headed down the field. Will he get caught? Wow, did it look like the defender gave up on that play?
A
at the
little
5?
bit so, but he's into the end zone.
I thought he still had a chance to push him out of bounds before the score. And Evan Collier's in the end zone on the 67-yard touchdown play.
Tremendous stuff there. I mean, I give that one all up to Asen Hansen, the quarterback. Seemed like he could have thrown that ball away multiple times on the play. Seemed like a broken play where,
It was.
he didn't want to take a sack. He was just kind of holding on to it, see if anybody gets open, and that's exactly what happened down the field for the 67-yard connection. This Jones offense is cooking here in the first half.
So it's going to be a illegal substitution, 12 men on the field against Chisholm as they were trying to run a man off when Hansen snapped the ball on the extra point attempt. That'll scoot the ball a little closer to the goal line.
Yeah, maybe you think about a run here now.
Well, it looks like that's what they were going for, the 2-point conversion anyway.
Yeah,
right?
but maybe you run the ball now,
Yeah.
just being at the 1-yard line. I'd watch for QB power here.
Well, Hansen's still looking to pass, and he's got a man in the corner wide open. It might be Purvis. I can't tell.
Looks like number 8, I believe.
No, not Purvis. Okay.
That's Trip Rogers.
That does not look like Trip Rogers.
Well,
Is that Trip Rogers? Oh, it is Trip Rogers. Okay. Thank you, Cass. Cass is a junior here, our producer.
yeah, and she's been helping us
Jones.
a ton up
Yeah.
here because she obviously knows all the players, going to school with them, and we're going to need all the help we can get because we're quite the ragtag crew.
And we piece it together and get it done, and I'm learning the players. This is the third game now, but it's hard to even count last week. Last week was a really hard game to cover.
Yeah.
That scoring drive took 40 seconds. And a lot of the 40 seconds was actually Hansen dancing around.
Yeah, that one play really took up the majority of the drive. You're right about that.
It was a 2-play drive, a 12-yard run by Jose Taylor, followed by a 67-yard touchdown pass from Asen Hansen to Evan Collier. And Collier just found a way to get behind the defense as everyone was closing in on Hansen, who just kept breaking tackles in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a tremendous play. One of the best plays I've seen at the high school level this season, for sure.
That drive summary brought to you by Jones Nutrition, located on Hiawassee, where you can energize and fuel your day. Big kick return by Chisholm.
Is that the kicker that got him?
I'm pleasantly surprised that we did not have a flag on the play, as the return man was tackled out of bounds, but the contact was made inbound.
Yeah, that was that one could have gone either way. Would not have been shocked if they threw the flag there. Great play by the kicker getting over there and making a big tackle on the play, though.
Kashmorenko, the kicker for Jones, is the backup quarterback as well.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Well,
he gets a little defensive action during the game here and there, too.
Well, he can certainly hit a ball carrier. That's exactly what he did there. You could argue he saved a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Chisholm at their own 44-yard line. 5 minutes, 7 seconds to play in the first half. Feels like the second quarter's taking a while, doesn't it? Pass from Quintero. He finds his man, first down, into Jones territory, still on his feet all the way down to the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, though, great hustles. That number 88, I believe. Yeah, Wyatt Ellerson. He's a defensive lineman on this play, and he makes his way all the way back up 20 yards down the field and makes the tackle. That could have been an even bigger gain than it was. So that's going to be one on film that the Jones coaches circle and say, look at the effort on this one. You got to love it.
Yeah, it looks like that was Jake Anderson again, who got his number called by the Chisholm coach. Now a little swing pass out to the right side, and Jones covers that one up in the backfield for a loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Chisholm.
Yeah, this offense has featured number 2, Braden Todd, a lot tonight. He's already got 4 or 5 touches in this game, and he seems like a big play receiver, but it also seems like Jones knew that coming in and scouted well for the shifty senior, number 2, Braden Todd.
Three receivers on the near side for Chisholm. One on the far side. Quintero takes the snap, handoff, right up the gut. Decent run on the play. Again, I'm impressed by the way that the Chisholm tailbacks are hitting the hole hard.
Yeah, but the one problem with hitting the hole hard is the homecoming king is waiting for you right there, number 12, Luke DeBusk. I mean, he will lay the lumber, and we've seen that plenty of times throughout this game. So that was a little bit of good on good there.
3rd down and 8 for Chisholm after the 4-yard gain on that run. Quintero looking for a receiver still, rose to his right, over the top, intercepted. That is Drew Thomas, I believe, number 10, and a flag comes in late on the play.
Yeah, I didn't see what this flag is going to be. Guessing an illegal block or something of that nature, but great interception there and great coverage by Jones all around. Really, no one was open. Forced Quintero to force the ball down the field, and number 10, Drew Thomas, was waiting at the perfect spot to pick the ball off.
Derek Templeton down there where that ball was intercepted, he got up really slow off the field, but he is jogging off now.
Yeah,
looks like we have a
block in the back.
Injury timeout maybe for Chisholm over at the 30-yard line.
That's going to scoot the ball back a little bit for Jones on the interception, but I think they'll trade the penalty for the turnover.
So with 3 minutes and 16 seconds left to play here in the first half, Jones gets another opportunity to try to push down the field. It's going to be a long field, 85 yards to go as they have a 1st and 10 at their own 15. They have not had a scoring drive that's lasted more than 3 minutes.
No, it's been all of the short variety here tonight, no doubt, and that's a really impressive thing to do as an offense.
Twins on each side of the field. Jaquan Johnson in the backfield. Trip Rogers in motion. Swing pass incomplete.
Looking for number 7, Carlos Hardiman there on a little jailbreak screen type play, and, man, the defense was all over it, so good job by Chisholm.
We've not called Hardiman's name a lot tonight.
No, they tried to hit him on the 2-point conversion, the first one. They got the first one, and then it was called back for a penalty, and then on the second try on that 2-point conversion, they tried to hit him, but it was a little bit behind him. So that's really the only other time we've called his name.
He was a big contributor in that Millwood win. Jaquan Johnson bouncing outside. He's not going to get anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 10 for
Looks
Jones.
like this one's coming back for a holding as well, so
make it a second down and 10.
Second and 20.
20 maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be half the distance, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So a little bit less.
It's the first offensive penalty against Jones tonight?
I believe so, yeah. Good call.
So it's back at the 7.
Well, they've had no problem going the full distance of the field here tonight. Only problem is there's only 3 minutes on the board. But then again, their drives have been quick. So
Hansen in the end zone, keeps it now. He's on the run across the 15, across the 20, past some defenders. He's across the 40, has the sideline. Can he outrun the defender? He's taken down inside Chisholm territory at the 35.
Man, I was thinking on that play, get down, kid. You got to slide as a quarterback. But no, he's not thinking about that at all. He considers himself a ball carrier, and for good measure, what an explosive run there. Ace Hansen's certainly a really good quarterback. He's impressed me all night long.
That was a 57-yard run by Hansen.
Yet another broken play that they're able to turn into something positive.
Up the middle, Jaquan Johnson breaking tackles, pushing hard near the sticks. I think that one's going to be just shy. It's going to be, nope, they signal first down. 10-yard run by Johnson.
And they're trying to go fast.
Again to Johnson, up the middle, caught by his jersey and brought down. Some strength shown in there by big number 74, Kaiser Durr.
Man, that was some tackle there. Yeah, just got a piece of his jersey and reeled him back in, kind of like a fish on the lake.
He said, you ain't doing it again.
Yeah. They've seen that play one too many times here tonight.
Hanson in shotgun. Johnson still in at tailback. Hanson drops back, looking for a receiver, and picked off with some room to run onto the far side of the field. Chisholm into Jones territory. Still down the sideline. Chisholm is going to put points on the board.
Wow.
A minute 25 to play in the first half. Chisholm gets the pick six.
What a turn of events there. Just when you think Jones is going to go in and score right before the half to stretch this to 29 or 30 to 0, Chisholm comes right back with the pick six, about 80 yards down the field or so. What'd you say on it? 70 or so yards. But man, that was a really impressive play. And I thought Johnson was going to catch him there on the sideline, but nice juke move to get around him and find the end zone for Chisholm's first points of the night.
I could not tell who the player was that intercepted that ball and ran it back. It was on the far side of the field, and those blue numbers on those white jerseys, I never made it out. And on the pass play for the two-point conversion, Michael Renfro comes in and bats that one down right in front of the quarterback and knocked it to the ground.
Well, there's our big boy play of the game. Nice play there by big old number 72, Michael Renfro. And, yeah, great job there, at least holding them to 6 on the play. But that's definitely a throw that Hanson's going to want to have back.
22-6 the score with a minute 25 left to play in the second period. Jones will get the ball back with a short clock here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School where the Jones Longhorns lead 22-6. The Chisholm offense has not put points on the board. It was the Chisholm defense putting points on the board. A pick six, ran back about just almost 70 yards.
Well, Tracy, I wouldn't go as far to say that Chisholm is happy where they are in this game, but they're in a much better point at this point in the game than they were just a couple minutes ago. Could have been 30-0 Jones. They flip it with the pick six, and we've got a ball game on our hands now.
Yeah, down by 2 scores is a lot better than being down by 3. And I said almost 70. Actually, where that ball was intercepted, it was about an 80-yard return.
Is that a fumble on the play?
I believe the ball came loose, but it looks like Jones may have got that.
Yeah, that could have been a big break again for Chisholm. They would have had a short field to work with, but sets up good field position now for Jones.
First and 10 for the Longhorns at their own 39-yard line with a minute 19 left to play. Two receivers on the far side. Got Hardiman and Collier on the far side of the field. Pass to Hardiman. Dancing back into his defender, picks up 6 on the play. Be a 2nd and 4.
That clock is going to be rolling here. I believe Jones still has, they still have all 3 timeouts to work with, so plenty of time here, but you do have to work with more of a sense of urgency than you would earlier.
Hanson drops back. Looking down the field, tucks it, throws it after being grabbed. Couldn't get a good.
A flag comes in, Tracy. I think that's going to be a roughing the passer.
Holding call on Jones.
Okay, I was wrong there. I thought they brought him down by the collar of the jersey illegally there, but refs disagree, and they're going to get a holding there. So
penalty on Jones in the backfield. We'll see where they mark that penalty off. Well, that's interesting. It's always right at the line. They mark it from the line of scrimmage. I'm a little surprised by that. Maybe the hold was right at the line of scrimmage, though. Be a 2nd down and 14 now for Jones. Hanson still looking.
He's got all day.
Rolling to his right now. Got his blocker still giving him some time. Dances outside at the 50 after getting right to the sticks. And it'll be a 1st down on the 14-yard gain by Hanson.
Yeah, really good awareness there to pick up the 1st down yardage and get it out of bounds to, 1, stop the clock, but 2, you want to avoid hits as much as you can as a quarterback. So all around a really nice play there from Hanson.
32 seconds left to play in the first half. 22-6 the score. Jones leading. Jones has the ball at their own 49-yard line.
There's a big sequence to end the half here coming off the pick 6. Both teams trying to establish momentum.
Hanson looking down the field. Boy, does he have all the time in the world. Purvis catches the ball inside the 45, gets out of bounds to stop the clock. That play still took a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah. The Chisholm interior is not really getting home at all on the quarterback, giving him a lot of time. Seems like they're dropping a lot of players on these past few plays, though, so they're really forcing Hanson to navigate through some tight windows. And he's doing a good job right now, but just 24 seconds left, so they're going to have to work quickly.
So 2nd and 3 now for Jones. Hanson.
Oh, hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder to Jose Taylor. He is wrapped up, though, after a quick short gain. It is enough for the 1st down, 19 seconds on the clock, and a timeout called by the Longhorns.
Well, if you're Chisholm there, you got to be happy with how you defended that play, considering a hook and ladder's usually going for a big-time gain. I think Jones was going for the touchdown on the play there, but good discipline by Chisholm, being all over the hook and ladder play, keeping the ball in front of them, and they have a chance to get off the field here with just 19 seconds left. And it would go a far way for them if they're able to hold Jones out of the end zone heading into the break.
19 seconds on the clock. Jones takes the timeout, and I am looking on here, and I have just completely lost something. But we'll let her fix that when she gets back. First timeout of the half by Jones. So they have 2 timeouts left with 19 seconds. They have a 1st and 10.
2 timeouts left for Jones here as well. So you can throw towards the middle of the field.
1st and 10 for Jones. Jose Taylor in motion coming out to the right side. He runs into another one of his receivers. Hanson keeps that one up the middle for a 8-yard gain, still fighting. Looks like he got inside the 20, but the officials, maybe they blew a whistle. The official on the near side, the 30, not the 20. Official on the play stopped it at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Hanson there, you'd almost rather just go down and slide early so you're able to save more time. If you continue to push the pile like that, it's playing right into Chisholm's hands because they're trying to get out of here with a 22-6 deficit into the halftime break. Just 8 seconds left here and 1 timeout left for Jones. So we'll see how they attack these final few seconds of the half.
Yeah, Jones just took their 2nd timeout of the game now. So we'll go ahead. No, we'll stay right here. It looks like Chisholm's out on the field ready to go. So 8 seconds, 2nd down and 2 at the Chisholm 30. 1 timeout left. You do have time for 2 plays, but you got to get the first play off quick.
Yeah. This clock's going to be moving quickly.
Hanson in shotgun. Taylor, Hanson looking. Clock's ticking down. They're going for it all on one play. Hanson sidesteps defender, still looking, throws it into the end zone, and that one is going to be picked off right at the goal line. So the last 2 possessions by Jones result in interceptions thrown by Asen Hanson. That one was more of a Hail Mary type play because time was running out on him was the way he viewed it. The previous one was one he'll want back because it resulted in a touchdown.
For sure, but I still think some serious momentum for Chisholm heading into the halftime break, where, again, this could have been a 29-0, 30-0 type of ball game if Jones was able to capitalize on that last series. Great job by their defense, bowing their necks and getting off the field and creating some points as well. So we've got a ball game headed into the break.
Yeah, let's not forget that next week Jones takes on Mount St. Mary. Mount St. Mary beat this Chisholm team 62-14.
Maybe a little bit of a
just 2 weeks
look-ahead
ago.
spot here tonight for Jones, considering what they have coming up next week.
Yeah. So it is halftime, 22-6, the lead by the Jones Longhorns. We're going to take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal.
Celebrating 10 years.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium, Jones High School, where the Jones Longhorns lead the Chisholm Longhorns 22-6 as we get ready to start the second half of play. Jones was really dominating this game earlier, Reeves, but it got really bogged down late in the second for him.
No doubt about it. I mean, we got to start with that pick six. Jones was driving to extend this lead to a 4-score game, and then all of a sudden Chisholm jumps an out route and takes it back to the house for a touchdown, and that's where our score is sitting at 22-6 now. But Jones had another opportunity to end the half to extend the lead again, and they got into Chisholm territory, but the clock just ran out too quickly, and the last-second Hail Mary attempt was intercepted by Chisholm. So I thought a really strong finish to the half for the Chisholm Longhorns. And, if you hear us saying Longhorns a lot here tonight, it's because both teams are nicknamed that. But, yeah, strong close to the half for Chisholm. And considering where they were at or where they could be in this game, I think they're pretty satisfied with still only being down 2 scores in this ballgame.
Now, Jones does get the ball to begin the second half of play. They won the coin toss and elected to defer to Chisholm in the first half. So we'll see what they can do as they begin this the second half. Just want to cover a couple of other. This is Class 2A1. So a year ago, this is the second year of the split. The Oklahoma Secondary School Activity Association split classes B, A, and 2A. They had 64 teams each. And now there is a B2, B1, A2, A1, 2A2, 2A1.
Yeah.
32 teams each, 4 districts. This is District 2A1. Jones is sitting right now as the number 1 ranked team in the class. The second and third ranked teams are playing each other tonight. And as you would expect, when you have 2 good teams playing, it's all knotted up 14-14 at half between Washington and Marlowe.
That's a heck of a game. Where's that being played, in Washington or Marlowe?
I believe that game is in Marlowe.
Okay.
I may have that wrong.
That's a heck of a game, though, wherever that game is being played, and we will have our eyes on that all night long. Obviously, huge implications concerning this game, and more specifically the Jones Longhorns, as they're out to a nice 6-0 record, looking to move that to 7-0 here tonight, leading 22-6 at the half. But, with a hungry underdog like Chisholm, you don't want to let them hang around in a ball game like this too long, because if you do that, they're going to get you right where they want you at the end of the game with a chance to potentially win the ball game. So I am sure the message in the Jones locker room at halftime was, let's put these guys away as quickly as we can so we can start looking ahead to next week and, maybe even potentially rest some starters going into next week's big tilt with the Mount St. Mary's Rockets.
Now, speaking of Mount St. Mary, undefeated on the season as just like Jones in the same district, 6-0, 3-0 in district play, 45 district points, both teams sitting tied at first place. They are playing Millwood tonight. Mount St. Mary has been rolling. It's 14-8 Millwood at halftime in that one.
That's a really interesting score there. I would have picked Mount St. Mary to win that game for sure before the night, but hey, that's a Millwood team you never want to mess around with too much. And we were kind of talking about it off air during the break, but that seems like a team that over the past couple of years, they've started slow at different points in time. And then, kind of midway through the season, that's when you really see that Millwood program start to begin to play their best brand of football. So maybe that's what's happening tonight. And this would be a big upset win for the Millwood Falcons.
It's hard to say. It's hard to acknowledge the word upset with Millwood.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's where they are this year, right now. Other teams from the district, the Oklahoma Christian School Saints leading the Perry Maroons right now. The score on that one, 42-0. And the Blackwell Maroons leading the Crooked Oak Roughnecks at halftime, 6-0.
There you go. And who would have thought? I certainly didn't know that 2 different high schools are named the Maroons.
There are 2 Maroons in the state of Oklahoma.
I didn't know that. I knew Blackwell was. We played them in high school.
Yeah, they're real close to each other. That's the interesting thing about it, too. Yeah. So we are ready to go here in the second half. Jones out on the field. This will be their second kick return of the game. We are underway. That kick's coming in low, I believe. Drew Thomas Have to wait and see the numbers clearly once he gets his body turned toward me. That was Drew Thomas who caught that one, returned it out to the 37-yard line, which is where Jones will begin this drive here in the second half. 22-6 the score.
Yeah, big drive here early in this game just to set the tone either way. You know, if Chisholm's able to force a turnover or get off the field, they continue their momentum that they created to end the second half, or the first half rather. But if Jones is able to score here, they will take a commanding lead.
Hansen keeps it right up the middle, dancing around defender, still on his feet, finds a crease. He's headed toward the end zone. He's got a blocker, and he is going to be taken down at the 19-yard line.
Been really impressed with his ability to run the football here tonight. Obviously, we knew going into the game how prolific of a passer he is, but on these design runs type plays, it seems like Chisholm has him bottled up for a second, but then he's able to just make a man miss, and that's all he needs. He just needs a little bit of daylight to get to the outside and create a big gain like we see there.
The interesting thing is he made some men miss in the middle. When he got to the outside, I thought if he had cut back inside, he might have scored, but he went to the sideline.
He may
and
score
got
here.
tackled. And he pushes a defender to the 5 and is finally brought down. A 14-yard gain on that run. There's 2. Asen Hansen runs for a total of 58 yards on this drive.
You know, getting back to their bread and butter. And it was a lot of Johnson, the running back, up the middle in the first half. But I think going into the halftime break, Hansen said, let me shoulder more of the load. And they've given him that opportunity here early.
First and goal from the 5. Johnson takes it, and he's to the goal line, just short. Inches to go.
Yeah, I'm shocked there. Chisholm was able to hold him short of the goal line. Seems like he had a burst of speed to get into the end zone, but they'll have to snap it at least one more time and try to get these 6 points.
Second and goal, less than a yard. Just over the 1 minute mark into this drive. It's only been 3 plays. Here's the 4th. Hansen takes the 1 yard run in for the touchdown.
Yep, well, that's how this drive began with a Hansen run, and the second play, another nice run by him, followed by the third play, a run to the running back, and then Hansen seals the deal with the QB power up the middle for 6. I'm guessing they're going to go for 2 again here, as they've been doing it all night long, but Hansen really shouldered the load on that drive and showed us why he's one of the better quarterbacks in the class of 2A in Oklahoma.
Hansen in shotgun on the 2-point conversion attempt. Johnson looking like he's just going to provide some lead blocking there. Hansen throws it wild. Hardeman standing just inside the goal line. I thought Hansen was looking to run and just didn't have anywhere to go, and just sees Hardeman standing there for the 2-point conversion.
We've seen that a couple times here tonight from Hansen, where it seems like there is no room to run. There's really the only play on the play to make is to throw the ball away, and at the last second he has found his receivers multiple times here tonight. Great pocket awareness by Hansen, letting the ball go at the last second he can. 2-point conversion is good, and this lead is stretched out to 24 points.
And Jones Nutrition, our drive summary sponsor, at Jones Nutrition, located on Hiawassee, you can energize and fuel your day. You kind of covered that drive summary already. It was a 63-yard touchdown drive that only took 1 minute and 14 seconds, 4 plays, all 4 plays on the ground, and then they used Hansen's arm to get the 2-point conversion to Hardeman.
That's kind of been the story of the night, these quick strike drives from Jones. I mean, all of their touchdown drives have not taken much time off the board, and it just shows you how elite this offense is when they can just create big plays on their own.
So Jones to kick off, Cash Marenko the kicker for the Longhorns. In 2A1, Metro Christian rolling up on Central Tulsa tonight. Kingston rolling up on Heavener tonight. A couple of Southeast Oklahoma teams there. The kick out of bounds will result in a legal procedure call.
Yeah, and if you remember right before the half when they kicked off, I thought that ball was going to go out of bounds too, but it was fielded by Chisholm. and the kicker actually made the tackle at about the 40-yard line, but that one just a little too far to the right, and it will set up the Chisholm Longhorns in really good field position. These have got to be the only two in Oklahoma named the Longhorns, right?
They are not.
There's more?
Inola are also the Longhorns.
Oh, my goodness.
And there's at least one more that I'm struggling to remember. Yeah, you wouldn't think Oklahoma teams would go for that.
You wouldn't, especially after last weekend.
Oh, man. Yeah, and Inola looking pretty decent this year in Class 3A. So Chisholm elected to have Jones re-kick versus taking the ball at the 40. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I would have done the other side of that coin there, but hey, that's why I'm up in the booth and not on the sideline.
So Marenko now kicking from his own 35. Kicks this one deeper. It'll be taken at the 18-yard line. Going to the outside. Caught. Ball's loose. Oh, my goodness.
Jones is on it, I believe.
Jones players and the officials are signaling they got it. What a mistake by Chisholm electing to have Jones re-kick.
Yeah, huge mistake.
Even if they hadn't have fumbled it, it was going to be a 13-yard loss for the starting position for the drive, but instead it was disaster.
Monumental mistake there. Should have just taken it at the 40-yard line.
That's where we've seen the mistakes tonight for Chisholm. I mean, you know, if they weren't able to execute offensively, but it's been putting the ball on the ground a couple of times now on kickoffs. They got the benefit of the officials reversing the call on the fumble recovery earlier, but this time it's all Jones. Hand off to Jose Taylor. He gets around the end, first down on a gain of about 14 on the play.
And this offensive line has played really well all night long, creating huge, huge holes for their running backs left and right, and they're picking up right where they left off in that first half here early in the third quarter. I mean, Jones has got to be running for about 10 yards on average, I would think. Maybe even more if you consider Hanson's scrambles.
So, interesting fact I found out during halftime. Jose Taylor, the tailback out there for Jones right now, his sister is Cass Taylor, our producer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Jose Taylor takes it again.
Well, he's running it hard right now, making his sister proud, I'm sure.
So, call it a 9-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, this is a deep backfield for the Jones Longhorns. They've got a lot of guys that can carry the ball and do it effectively.
2nd and 1 now for Jones. The ball is at we'll call it the 7-yard line.
Doesn't hurt when your quarterback can run it as well as Hanson can either. I mean, this offense can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
Doesn't feel like he's thrown with the same accuracy tonight that I've seen him in the previous 2 games that I've called, but, man, he plays smart. First down on the carry by Jose Taylor. He picks up 3. It'll be a 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah, that's really their bread and butter play there, that HB dive out of the pistol. They've ran it very well all night, and a lot of different running backs have run it well, but you got to give credit to the offensive line. They have blocked that play tremendously.
Yeah, you look at that line down there, and you see some big guys. A lot of times in 2A football, you'll see big guys that don't look as athletic, but these guys are big, and
they can move.
They're in good shape. Taylor again. No, it's Hanson keeping it around the left
and
side, and he fumbles in the end zone. Picked up by Chisholm, and a touchback is called.
Man, oh, man.
So the mistakes, that's the 3rd turnover by Jones tonight, and that one was, I mean, he was must have been just outside the goal line when that ball came loose, because it looked like he was already in from here.
He was down to the 1-yard line for sure, and credit to Chisholm for not giving up on the play, poking that ball free, and the awareness to fall on it in the end zone for the touchback. That gives them some new life in this ball game, where if Jones scores there, you know, you're looking at blowout territory. But now just trailing by 24, that is still 3 scores. If you're able to score 3 straight touchdowns, get all the 2-point conversions, this would be tied up. But that is a huge, huge forced turnover for momentum purposes.
1st and 10 at their own 20 for Chisholm. Handoff up the middle, short gain. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I'm sure the Jones coaching staff will really want to address the ball security issues going into next week. A couple interceptions by Hansen as well. One of them we're not putting on him at all. It was a last-second Hail Mary throw where it doesn't really matter. But obviously the pick six they're going to have to look at in film and see what went wrong there. And then a couple fumbles here tonight. So that's something when you play better competition that can really start to hurt you in a game.
On the 2nd and 7, Quintero keeps it, finds his man across the sticks, first down for Chisholm.
Nice rollout play there. They ran that on about the first or second play of the game for a nice gain, and they get another one right there for the first down. So if you're Chisholm here, you really want a touchdown drive here, try to cut it back into this lead. And, especially coming off the turnover, you'd like to seize that momentum and parlay it into another touchdown.
It was a 9-yard gain on that play. 1st and 10, now at the 32-yard line. Handoff. Burst of speed, hitting the hole, dives forward, falls for a 9-yard gain.
Flag on the play. Looks like maybe an illegal formation there. They're pointing towards Chisholm, so that's going to back this one up.
Well, I started to make a comment on the formation, and it looked odd.
It looked funky, yeah.
Yeah, what does odd mean, though? It doesn't mean it's illegal, but evidently it was.
Doesn't always mean that, but in this circumstance, it did.
So a big 9-yard gain on a first down results in 5 yards of penalty and
so
first and 15.
1st and 15 here, so clock's rolling. This is perhaps the biggest drive of the game thus far. I mean, especially for Chisholm if they want to stick around in a game like this.
Quintero takes the shotgun snap, the whistle blows, and a delay of game is called against Chisholm. Oh, man. 1st and 20 now.
Head coach Cameron Condor for Chisholm is really not happy about that. I think he thought he got the playoff there, but the referees disagreed, and that's going to back this one up another 5.
They wave it off.
Oh, wow. It's an interesting one to wave off, considering the play should have started if it wasn't a delay game. But you do want to get it right no matter what. So
I don't know that I've ever seen
a delay a game
without a timeout call. I don't know that I've ever seen one of those waved off before.
Yeah, that's a new one.
To Quintero and shotgun. At least I believe Quintero's back. Yeah, there he is.
4 receivers to his left. Could this be another screen maybe? Yeah, there you go.
That one goes to number 21, Anderson. Not much of a gain on what they needed. They picked up about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, you generally know what the offense is trying to do when they stack 4 receivers on one side. Just trying to get that screen out to number 21, Jake Anderson, who's been a really effective weapon for the Longhorn offense, but not on that one as Jones sniffed it out early.
2 receivers on the near side, one split way out far right. Quintero takes a low snap, drops back, throws to his right, caught, and hit immediately in the air. That's, once again, Brandon Todd getting up in the air to catch a ball and then getting hit.
He did that earlier in the game where he paid the price and did it once again there, and it resulted in another hard hit. So this brings up a 3rd and 10 here for the Chisholm offense.
So they picked up the lost yardage from the penalties, but now they really just have, I would assume, 1 down to pick up the remaining 10 yards.
Depends how close they get it. If this turns into a 4th and 1 or 2, I think they're going to go ahead and go for it, but need to get something back here.
Anderson in motion, pass across the middle, caught, open in the middle, running, There's some defenders there. They bring him down inside the red zone, but great play by Chisholm as they're threatening to score offensively for the first time in the ball game.
Yeah, number 9, Manu Smolinski. We've called his name a number of times here tonight. He was wide open over the middle on the fake screen pass. Maybe the last play was to set up that previous play as they fake it, hit him over the middle for the long gain, and Chisholm's now in the red zone, trailing by 3 scores.
Receivers on the near side.
We'll say they've taken a long time getting their plays in tonight.
Derek Templeton covering the one receiver that split far wide right. Handoff up the middle, going nowhere. That's Owens. Owens still battling, falls forward. Flag comes in late.
Wow, I don't know about that one. Seemed like the pile was still being pushed there. I know the referees blew the whistle, but that's a tough one for Jones to be penalized for.
I think, I wonder if the official didn't think that they threw Owens forward, and I think he was just still driving and fell forward.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. That's a really tough one for Jones, but hey.
That's a personal foul penalty that was normally a 15-yarder that will result in half the distance to the goal line. So it is now, I thought that was an automatic first down, but evidently not.
It should be.
2nd and 3.
Definitely should be a first down.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not a first down. They have not changed the sticks.
Yeah, I'm perplexed. Personal foul should always be an automatic first. But
yeah, I think that's what the coach is coming out to talk to the officials about, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he sees the same thing we do up in the booth.
And a timeout is called by Chisholm. That's their first timeout of the half. And if he's having to call a timeout to get that corrected, that's a sad thing, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one to burn there.
But
you're going to need those timeouts later in the ballgame.
Well, and when you only got 3 yards to go, it's like, if it had been the difference between a 2nd and 8 and a first down,
Yeah,
right
that's a
now,
tough one.
he just wants to score, though.
Mm-hmm.
He has not put offensive points on the board in the ballgame.
No, you haven't. But trailing by 3 scores, you'd think you want to hold on to those timeouts till the bitter end, considering if you can get this to a 1-score game in the fourth quarter, you're probably going to have to use those timeouts to, stop the clock. But, yeah, we're kind of beating a dead horse here, but that's a tough one to burn this early in the half.
Jones defense ready to go, back on the field. The Chisholm offense still huddled up with Coach.
And the yard marker still says 2nd down, so.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's arguing with the officials about it at this point. He was just huddled up with his team. Late in the third, Stillwater still leading Choctaw 21-0. Quintero in shotgun. Owens in the backfield. Blake Thompson and Jake Anderson here on the near side of the field. Brandon Todd split wide right. Low snap. Quintero rose to his right. A lot of defenders. Pressure. Throwing into the end zone. Out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and short.
Yeah,
should be
2nd and short, but yeah, we'll call it 3rd and short.
Should be a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that one was that was a blunder for sure. There's no way around it. A personal foul always results in a first down, but I'll quit talking about it now. Brings up a 3rd and 3 situation, 3rd and 2 rather, and perhaps the biggest play in the game thus far.
3:50 to play here in the third period. Owens in the backfield. Low snap to Quintero again. He's got a man open. He is hit as he catches the ball near the sticks. Waiting for the signal. Man, that was right there, and I've seen no signal for a first down at this point.
Yeah, I think are they going to
There they go.
Wow, I'm shocked.
First and goal at the 5.
I'm shocked. I thought he got hit right at the line of scrimmage there. Maybe a yard gain, but at least a 4th and 1 type play, but, maybe they're giving him one back after the personal foul. You never know. You'd like to see a little more urgency out of Chisholm, considering you're still trailing by 3 scores. The time is not on your side right now. It's on the side of the Jones Longhorns. So,
and the clock is not stopped after that play.
No, and are we going to get another timeout? Looks like an official's timeout.
Yeah, something's going on.
Delay of game.
Wow.
This has been a strange drive.
I don't see, the Chisholm coaches don't seem to be upset about anything over there. So
it's kind of what I was referring to earlier with getting their plays in. It's just been a little bit slow here tonight, and results in the delay of game there. And you certainly don't want to be backing up in the red zone.
And they still are not ready to go. It feels like. Of course, the play clock hasn't even wound yet. Low snap to Quintero, keeps it, runs, passes. Down at the 1. That pass complete to Blake Thompson.
And they should be hurrying up here, trying to run a quick play to get in the end zone. Quarterback sneak, maybe. Quarterback sneak didn't work earlier in the game, but,
Yeah, the Jones defense has been tough on these short situations.
They have. Their front 4 guys have been really strong. They've been creating the push all game, winning the line of scrimmage.
Low snap, pass, defended well, incomplete. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Tells you a lot about what they think about the Jones front 7 if they're throwing from the 1-yard line on 2nd down. I mean, they know it's going to be a tough deal to run up the middle on this defense, so they elect to throw the slant to the outside, and great coverage by that cornerback all alone on an island by himself.
Yeah, and I believe that's Derek Templeton out there. Quintero keeps it, and he's stuffed at the 1. Oh, my goodness, what a defensive play by Jones. Dorian Wiley comes in again, the big man showing some strength, and pulls back the charging quarterback.
These short yardage situations have been the Achilles heel of the Chisholm offense all night long. Yet another circumstance there where they just can't seem to punch it in from a yard out, so brings up the play of the game here, 4th and 1 from the 1-yard line.
The corner over there that made that great play earlier on the goal line, a sophomore. Derek
that was a tremendous play.
Quintero keeps it, hit at the goal line again, and he stopped. Jones stops him. Jones stops him at the 1-yard line.
Wow. I mean, talk about this defense. They are stepping up to the plate every time their back is against the wall. What a 4th down stop there. Jones will take over at the 1-yard line. That may be the game winner right there, considering the score.
Yeah, given that you're already up by 24, we're late in the 3rd period now, but man, what a stop. And, they got that first down. They were inside the 5 and still could not punch it in.
Got to look back to the delay of game. That was a big hurt for the Chisholm offense. Pushed them back 5 yards, and they end up just a yard from the end zone. There's a lot to dissect on film for these Longhorns, no doubt about it. Some missed opportunities for Chisholm all night.
So Jones takes over with 99 yards to go. Hanson hands off, and I believe it's Johnson back in there as the tailback.
Yeah.
He picks up creates a little bit of space for him from the goal line there, but maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, and you expect Jones to keep the ball on the ground for the majority of this game left. Considering the 3-score lead, and we are on the verge of the 4th quarter, the time is their friend.
2nd and 9 from the 2-yard line. Hanson again to Johnson. He's got room around the right side. Good block. You're doing a great job of following his blockers.
Yeah, he's got tremendous vision.
Gets across the 20 for the first down.
There's a slow developing handoff play in the end zone, which could be dangerous, but Johnson did not worry about it. He just took his time. He's a very patient runner, but once he hits that hole, he's faster than anybody on the field.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line. Johnson in the backfield. Rogers in motion. Johnson up the middle. Man, what a hole. Holy mackerel.
and he
Stiff
may
arm
take
defenders across midfield into Chisholm territory. I think Johnson may have landed on the football. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, he looked shaken up.
Rolling around, and Manu Smolinski is cramping a little bit, trying to stretch out his right foot and calf. So injury timeout on the field, 6 seconds left to play in the third period. 30-6 is the score. Jones on top of Chisholm. We'll take a break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves and Mitchell back at Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium at Jones High School, where the Jones Longhorns lead the Chisholm Longhorns 30-6 as we begin the fourth period. Final frame of this one.
Yeah, and don't look now. We've got an absolute barn burner in Tulsa. Bigsby Spartans up 85-0 on Enid. I mean,
number one team in the nation.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know.
Hanson takes the shotgun snap, hands off to Jose Taylor. Taylor picks up 7 on the carry. It is a second down and 3 for Jones at the Chisholm 30.
Tough year for Enid at 0-6.
Oh, man, tough. Taylor in the backfield, 2 receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Taylor right up the middle. Man, this Jones offensive line is just creating huge holes. Oh, my goodness.
Big hit there.
Taylor went to stutter step and stop, and he took a hit from Jagger Lohman that knocked him backwards about 3 yards.
Yeah, he paid the price on that one. Really good run, though. And you're right about this Jones offensive line. They have controlled the ball game all night long.
10-yard gain on the play by Taylor. First and 10 for Jones now at the Chisholm 26-yard line. Man, Hanson
they're not
ready
to get this
to go.
play off.
Oh, the play clock expired. We don't get a delay of game.
Wow.
But I'm sure flag comes in the backfield.
It looks like a holding or something on big number 77. Should have been a delay of the game, though.
Yeah. Hold on Jones. Hold's going to be worse than a delay of game. As many delay of game calls and situations as Chisholm's had, I think I would have, as a Chisholm coach, been went, hey, the clock was expired, yelling a little bit about that one.
Yeah, considering they got called for one earlier on their last drive that really hurt them in the red zone. But they do get the call back on the holding. And another flag. This has turned into a flag fest.
10-yard penalty. Well, he signaled that it's against Jones, but he didn't signal what it was.
That was odd.
Well, there's no more marking of that must have been a sideline warning or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hanson in shotgun, and a whistle blows. The side judge on the far side blows a whistle, waves it off. No idea.
Man,
this game is getting disrupted right now by
Yeah, the flow of this game has been killed.
10:37 to play in the fourth. Jones has a 1st and 20.
Let's get another pre-snap. Why not?
Hansen takes the snap, gives it to Taylor. Taylor somehow manages to pick up 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah, nice run there. Get it to the 30-yard line. Our clock is back and moving now. 2nd down for Jones, looking to put the icing on the cake of a great homecoming performance.
2nd and 14.
You know,
Caitlin Higgins was the homecoming queen, right?
One guy we haven't seen carry the
ball. Did I say it wrong? Caitlin Higgins? Kylan Higgins. Okay, I'm getting close. Kylan Higgins.
We'll get there one day.
Hansen takes it, quarterback keeper, right up the middle. He spun when there was no one there. That was a weird look. But he gets the gain of
about 10 or so.
Yeah, right at 10 yards. Brings up 3rd and very manageable now for Jones, maybe 3rd and 3.
One guy we haven't seen carry the ball or really be in on offense as much is number 12, Luke DeBusk.
We haven't. A good point. We haven't seen him really do much offensively in this game. And, you know, Hansen's been off target a little bit tonight, and so we haven't seen that many completions to receivers tonight, really.
No, a lot of runs.
Handoff, Taylor, up the middle, dances around defenders. He's got some open field, getting near the goal line, down at the 1.
Nice run there. Again, this Jones backfield is very talented. They have 2 or 3 guys that can take the top off the defense, and we see another nice run right there.
There's a 19-yard run to start this drive by Johnson, and now a 19-yard run right toward the end of this drive by Jose Taylor. Taylor comes back in.
Really nice 1-2 duo they have at running back. We haven't even seen DeBusk tonight, who you were telling me pregame has taken some handoffs in the past.
Yeah, in short yardage situations generally. Taylor's caught in the backfield. It's going to be a short loss on the play. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Very time-consuming drive for Jones, though, and, you know, they're kind of taking the air out of this football right now as we creep under almost 8 minutes left in this ball game.
Great point on the time consumption. So all these drives for Jones tonight have been under right at the 2-minute mark. This one's at the 5.5 minutes now.
Yep.
So, yeah. Timeout called. And we'll take one as well, with Jones leading 30-6 and threatening to score again here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School. The Jones Longhorns, a 2nd and goal from the 2. Jose Taylor at the goal line, fighting, pushing, falls across the goal line for the touchdown. I wasn't sure if he was in, but I saw the official hold his arms up.
I think at the last second he's able to reach that ball across the goal line, get in for the touchdown. And yet again, probably the icing on the cake here for a great performance for the Jones Longhorns. Now leading 36-6 with 8 minutes on the dot to play.
5-minute and 21-second drive that time. And that one started at their own 1-yard line, 99-yard drive. Hansen and shotgun, 3 receivers here on the near side, looking to throw, rolling to his right. Throws back across the middle, and it's Luke DeBusk catching the 2-point conversion. So there's the man.
There he is.
38-6 the score with 8 minutes left to play in the ball game. Jones leading Chisholm here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bank First is uniquely Oklahoman, deeply rooted in over 50 communities statewide. From those roots, our investment in education springs forth, helping to raise the Oklahoma leaders of tomorrow while providing financial strength to the business leaders of today. That's the kind of loyalty that helps entire communities thrive. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School, where the Jones Longhorns just took the 38-6 lead over Chisholm now. That drive, Reeves, 99 yards, and it included a 10-yard penalty in the middle of it as well. So it was a whole lot of Jaquan Johnson early and then Jose Taylor down the field. He capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown run, 5 minutes and 21 seconds, 2-point conversion on a pass caught by Luke DeBusk from Asen Hansen. And now Jones kicking off to Chisholm. That ball taken near the 10-yard line, returned out near the 30, will set up the Chisholm Longhorns with the 1st and 10 here late in the ball game. That drive summary is brought to you by Jones Nutrition. Jones Nutrition, located on Hiawassee, where you can energize and fuel your day.
Yeah, that was a really impressive drive by the Jones Longhorns, just taking the air out of the football, keeping the ball on the ground, taking a lot of time off, and ending it with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So they are in the driver's seat in this Class 2A and also in this ball game, leading 38-6.
7:55 left to play. Chisholm has the ball at their own 29, 1st and 10. 2-back set. Haven't seen that much tonight. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. Owens, and he's caught in the backfield for a loss on the play.
What more can you say about this Jones interior of their defense? I mean, they have stepped up to the plate. Seems like each and every play of this game, and they have wreaked havoc throughout this ball game. They've been a really fun group to watch.
You know, when we're talking Longhorns, we never like to talk about, especially this year, a week later, offensive line and defensive line play. But
yeah, that was outmatched last week. That's for sure.
Pass complete for a gain of about 7 on the play. That'll be out to the 36-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down and 3. Actually, that was a gain of 8 because they were behind the sticks. So a 3rd down and 3 now for Chisholm.
Yeah, and that was Brandon Todd again. He
stayed on his feet that time.
Yeah, he did. No jumping that time. Really good job getting both feet down. Would have been a catch in the NFL as well. Sets up a 3rd and manageable here at 3rd and 3.
Now, he's got a sparkly bling-bling fanny pack. You see that?
Yeah, the little back pad.
Looks like it has red sequins on it. I'm sure it's not sequins, but pass
Ooh.
Over the head of the defender, caught for a 1st down, out to midfield. Man, that one was just laid in there. That was a beautiful pass.
That could have been a pick 6, nearly, but yeah, just kind of layered it over the defense there for a nice gain and keeps this drive moving along.
So the ball at the Jones 49-yard line now as Chisholm pushing into Jones territory. Just under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Jones cheerleaders throwing footballs into the stands. Run up the middle for a gain of 2 on the play by Chisholm. That has not been there for them tonight.
No, has not. I mean, Jones has done a really good job just keeping these runs at a very short distance, and it's really hurt the Chisholm offense. You got to give credit to Jones, though.
Quintero taking his time, Well, the play clock has not been wound yet. Are we not using the play clock now?
Yeah, it seems like it's been at zeros for a long time.
So not using the play clock. The officials are keeping the play clock down on the field. Quintero takes the low snap, passes it out of reach. Oh, man, that did not look good. Okay, he's back on his feet. Man, Jake Anderson, who has been a weapon, he's cramping up out there is what he's doing. The way he went down and grabbed his hamstring, I was a little worried that he just popped something, but he's cramping up out there on the field right now, and he's staying in. But we'll see how he moves when he's headed down the field. 6 minutes to play. It's a 3rd down and 8 for Chisholm. Quintero down the field, got a man, past the sticks, 1st down.
Nice connection there.
Man, that's a beautiful football play.
That is.
You know, the receiver gets past the 1st down marker, not behind it, so that, you know, he's far enough downfield. It's a nice pass. His offensive line gave him time. It just, man, if you could execute like that all the time, you could just move the ball down the field at will.
Oh, boy.
And an interception by Jones.
Yep.
Coming up with that one is number 4, Cade Templeton.
Yeah, just jump that curl route. It's kind of the exact play they ran to the left side previously for the 1st down. He tries to do it again to the far right side, but, hey, you know it's very tough to make a completion like that when you're throwing to the complete other side of the field. Great job by the cornerback, jumping the route, getting the interception. And that's about all she wrote in this one, as Jones has the commanding lead.
Cade Templeton, another sophomore out there for the Jones defense.
Jones starter still on the field, a little bit surprising to me.
Hanson in shotgun. Swing pass over to Collier. Collier gets past one defender and gets out of bounds across the 35, out to the 38. 7-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 3. That stops the clock here in the 4th period. 38-6 is your score. Hanson in shotgun. Johnson in the backfield. Rogers in motion. Johnson takes the handoff. Man, he dances, he spins out of an arm tackle, still on his feet across the 40 in Chisholm territory.
He's some player, isn't he? I mean, you feel like you have him bottle up in the backfield until you miss one tackle, and then he's off to the races yet again. This kid is a really, really good running back, one of the better ones I've seen this year.
You know, the reality, he doesn't look like much, you know, as far as physical, you know, being impressive out on the field.
He can break tackles for his size, though.
He's got to be strong as an ox.
Yeah, no doubt.
Gets all the way down to he gets from the 38-yard line of Jones to the 33-yard line of Chisholm. 29-yard gain on the play. Back to Johnson again. He's got plenty of blockers out there. But he breaks a tackle at the 30 again. And slides down at the 12. 21-yard gain on that play for Jake.
He's got to have
Johnson.
$150 on the ground or so. I mean,
he got 50 on those two plays.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
50
he probably
yards.
had 100 before that. So I'd say around $150 for Johnson here tonight.
Well, he had that
63-yarder.
63-yard touchdown run early on. So yeah. I've got all the offensive plays written down, but maybe our next break I can total up, see how much yardage he has. Johnson takes it, goes right, and flags come in.
Both refs saw that at the same time.
Yeah. It's going to back up the Jones Longhorns. They had a 1st and 10 at the Chisholm 12. I assume they're just going to mark it from the line of scrimmage again. That's what they've been doing with holding calls all night long.
Yeah.
I guess that's the easy thing to do, but it's not. Maybe the holds are happening at the line of scrimmage. That's possible. But it seems like they're just taking the easy way out, marking them off from the line of scrimmage. As they do again. 1st and 20 for Jones. at the 22, and a timeout called by the Chisholm Longhorns. That is their first timeout of the second half. 4:38 left to play. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-609-3637. No referral needed. Mention this ad and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell back at Jones High School. 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in this one. The Jones Longhorns backed up with a 1st and 20. They're at the Chisholm 22-yard line. They can pick up a first down near the goal line. They're looking to punch another score in here late in this one, leading 38-6. Asen Hansen still in at quarterback with a 32-point lead. They have not given up an offensive score in this game. The only points for Chisholm came by the Chisholm defense. Johnson gets down near the 10 before being stood up and brought down, gains most of the penalty yardage back. It'll be 2nd down and 11. That puts Johnson, we were just talking about his yardage, that puts him now at 192 yards on 12 carries.
Man,
tonight.
oh man. Looking like our player of the game here tonight, I would guess.
I haven't added up Taylor's yardage, but he didn't have the big 63-yard run.
No, but he's ran very effectively, that's for sure. They've combined for 200 yards, that's for sure.
Probably 3.
Yeah, probably 3. And then you throw Hansen in there.
Hand off to Johnson once again, and it looks
There's
like
200.
He's got a goal line. He goes from the 13-yard line all the way in for the touchdown.
And there's your 200 yards on the afternoon, or the night, rather.
205 yards on 13 carries.
Capping
Wow.
a tremendous night for this star Jones running back.
That one happened at the 3:45 mark, so that drive took less than 2 minutes. Went 69 yards in 1 minute and 50 seconds.
And finally getting some love for our kickers. We'll get an extra point.
There we go. Marenko to kick the extra point here now. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 45-6 the score with 3:45 left to play in the ball game. The drive summary brought to you by Jones Nutrition. That drive, again, 69 yards in 5 plays. It started with a pass and catch from Hansen to Evan Collier for 7 yards. Was followed up by a 29-yard run, a 21-yard run, a 9-yard run, and a 13-yard run, all by Jaquan Johnson.
That's how you do it. And, yeah, why not feed the bell cow of this offense, Jaquan Johnson? He's some kind of player, and he's definitely my player of the game. Well over 200 yards and multiple scores on the night.
I want to thank Elemental Insulation, our quarter sponsor, proudly serving Oklahoma with trusted residential and commercial insulation services. Find them on Facebook or call 405-655-0373. And while we're in the break here getting ready for Jones to kick off to Chisholm again, I want to remind you of another of our sponsors, Bank First. And they have a little history of Jones for you. Jones was named after Oklahoma City Mayor Charles Gristmill Jones. The town of Jones had a distinct advantage due to the proximity of the nearby railroad, which made travel to Tulsa or Oklahoma City for either work or pleasure a breeze. This Oklahoma town is now prized for the proximity it has to larger cities, but still maintains its small town rural feel. Loyal to Oklahoma, loyal to you. We are Bank First, 9285 North Hiwassee Road. Member FDIC. That kick goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the Chisholm Longhorns will take over at the 20-yard line with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the ball game, trailing 45-6.
Yep, been a complete performance by Jones. Really the only error on the night is the pick six from Hansen. I think he owes his defense a steak dinner maybe for, allowing the shutout to not take place, considering this would be at 0 here tonight if he did not throw that pick six.
Yeah. Now, Chisholm, the defense has pitched a shutout.
Mm-hmm. They have.
Yeah.
But, they're looking up at that scoreboard and they don't see a 0.
Absolutely. Little swing pass out to, I believe that was to Owens. Might have been. No, yeah, it's to Malachi Owens. He picks up maybe a yard. I don't know. They're going to put that right back at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10. That's a lot of work for no gain.
Yeah, it was. And I think both teams at this point in the game were just trying to get out of here injury-free and roll this time off the board.
Millwood now leading Mount St. Mary 21-8 with 10 minutes left to play in the ball game. And Washington took the lead late and defeated the Marlowe Outlaws 21-14.
Oh, we got a big play here.
Oh, Chisholm on the run down the field. They haven't got in yet, but there's got an offensive score for the Chisholm Longhorns. So not only was it not a shutout as a game, the Jones defense did give one up late.
No more steak dinner. No more steak dinner is owed.
That means the Jones offense gets the ball back.
Yeah. They may try to score another.
We might, with under 3 minutes left to play, see Cash Marinko in as quarterback.
I would guess so. I don't know why you'd put your starter back out there under 3 minutes in a game that's already decided. But, hey, that's just me.
Oklahoma Christian defeated Perry 56-0. Try to get some other.
Oh, there's the big boy sack.
Michael Renfro has the pass block tonight and then the big sack on the extra point attempt.
That one didn't feel good on Quintero.
45-12 the score. Jones leading Chisholm on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma Sports Network, Tracy Mussett, Reeves Mitchell, back at Jones High School where the Chisholm Longhorns broke a long one, put points on the board offensively for the first time tonight with 2 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in the ball game. 45-12, Jones has the lead over Chisholm, and Chisholm's kicking off to Jones once again.
See if they try to get some more points on the board here, or maybe just try to run the clock out.
Purvis back deep for Jones. Flat kick. Purvis is going to pick this one up at the 20.
Nice tackle. No.
Breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Now across the 45, out to midfield, into Chisholm territory.
We got a flag on the play as well.
To the Chisholm 48. Boy, I missed that. I still don't see that flag.
Yeah, ref just picked it up back there.
Oh, he was back. Okay.
Yeah, this will be coming back. See if we get the backup quarterback in the game now. I would suspect so.
So another big game in 2A1, the Washington Warriors, defending champs, defeat Marlowe 21-14 in their district play. Crooked Oak and Blackwell have 2 minutes left to play in this district. They're tied up 6-6. Those two teams may be going to overtime to decide most likely who gets their only district win. Millwood leading Mount St. Mary 21-8 with 10 minutes left to play. And a handoff to, let's see, Jose Taylor for a short gain, call it a gain of 3 on the play.
Going to take their time here, I would guess, about under 2 minutes. And this one being all but decided.
Marenko in at quarterback. Jose Taylor on his left. Hardiman split left.
No play clock makes it a little confusing when they're supposed to snap it. But
Marenko hands off to Taylor. Taylor just taking his time. Cuts back inside. Short gain. And looks like they're just trying to eat some clock up here. 1:47 on the clock.
yeah, one more first down would probably do it. If they're stopped here, they will probably have to punt it away.
Choctaw has cut into the Stillwater lead. 21-14 with 4 minutes left to play. It's a one-score game.
Don't look now. Pull that stream up after we're done here, no doubt. It's going to be a good finish.
Marenko back in shotgun. 2 receivers now on the near side. Got Collier and Hardiman. Taylor in the backfield. 1:15 to play in the ball game. Hand off to Taylor. Cuts back inside, gets the first down. That should be it. We may see some knees now.
Yep, that should be the ball game. Nice run by Taylor to cap this impressive performance in the Longhorn versus Longhorn battle.
You call that a bullfight?
Yeah, I guess so. That'd be a better way to put it. There you go.
They're not called Bevo, right?
No. I don't see Bevo on the sideline anywhere.
All right. This is a little different version of a victory.
I guess Jones could throw the horns down if they wanted to, but
there you go.
It would kind of be against them as well.
Marenko takes a knee with 30 seconds. The officials will take their time placing this ball and winding the clock. We're under 25 seconds now. That's the ball game. 45-12 is the final. Jones Longhorns defeat the Chisholm Longhorns. Remain undefeated on the season, 7-0. What a start for the Jones Longhorns.
A dream start for this Jones Longhorn football program. Exactly what their goals were going into the offseason last year. Hey, let's start this next year strong, position ourselves atop the class of 2A, and see what we can do in the playoffs. That's exactly what they've done so far this year behind a really prolific offense that can score some points and score them in a hurry. The defense impressed me as well, not giving up a touchdown till junk time late in the game. This was really a full team effort and a very well-coached Jones Longhorn team at that. So they're going to be a tough out against anybody on their schedule, and I can't wait to see how they finish the rest of the season. It was a pleasure to be on the call for such a great team.
I really enjoyed having you here tonight. Great job.
I appreciate it.
You were great as well. Feel like we got into a pretty good groove together, even though we never worked together before.
Hey, man, that's two professionals going at it.
So next week, Jones hosts Mount St. Mary.
Yep.
Mount St. Mary, who's struggling with Millwood right now, but undefeated. Unless that game has gone final, still undefeated on the season, but trailing the Millwood Falcons. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. I want to total up some stats for Jose Taylor real quick to figure out what his rushing yards were tonight. We already have the rushing yards for Jaquan Johnson, 205 yards on 13 carries, a couple of touchdowns to go with it. And I know Jose Taylor had quite a few yards as well. I want to see what he had. And maybe we can get Hanson's as well. Wasn't much on the passing game tonight for Jones, but they got it done on the ground. We'll take a break here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Oklahoma Sports Network. This is Tracy Mussett and Reeves Mitchell. We just totaled up the running yards and carries for our two primary running backs and our quarterback for Jones. We already have talked about the fact that Jaquan Johnson had 205 yards on 13 carries tonight and 2 touchdowns. Well, the quarterback, Asen Hansen, had 152 yards on 9 carries.
Man.
And then we had Jose Taylor with 98 yards on 14 carries.
This team can really run the football. I mean, you know, the stats tell you that, but I think Hansen's a better passer than he showed tonight as well. So this team can really hurt you in all facets of the game. And, oh, by the way, the defense looked pretty stout as well here tonight. So this sets up a barn burner next week between Mount St. Mary's. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. So those fourth down stops that they made early in the game, and then that goal line stand, first and goal from the 5, second and goal from the 1, and they stuffed them 3 plays in a row.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
The short yardage defense here tonight was really phenomenal. It seemed like every time, even the first play, the first series of the game for Chisholm, where they had the 4th and inches on their very first drive, they run QB sneak, and it's absolutely stuffed. This Jones defense in short yardage situations just steps up to the plate, and they don't give any ground up. And that's a recipe for success for sure for a defense when you're able to bow your neck in short yardage plays and help your offense out by, creating turnovers that way.
So the upcoming schedule for the Jones Longhorns, again, next week back here on Friday night to host the Mount St. Mary Rockets. Then the following week on Halloween night, we'll be at Oklahoma Christian School to play the Saints. The last game of the regular season on November the 7th, we'll be here at Jones to take on the Blackwell Maroons in what will be folks, Blackwell football team is not great. I mean, we'll call it what it is. They're not a very good football team right now. So that's really going to be kind of a get some guys healthy week going into round 1 of the playoffs.
That's what you want, though. That's the perfect game for you headed right into the playoffs, a game where maybe your starters only have to play a half and, like you said, avoid some major injuries in a game like that. I'm looking at next week. If they're able to get by Mount St. Mary's, you may be looking at an undefeated regular season for the Jones Longhorns.
Well, Mount St. Mary, Oklahoma Christian, I think both of those two teams are better than any of the district opponents they've played thus far.
Yeah.
I don't think either one of those teams is better than the Bethany team that they played early in the season.
Yeah.
So they should come out victorious in those games, but they still have to go play. They have to get the win.
That's why you don't play them on paper.
That's it. They are good football teams. So if you haven't come to a Jones football team this year, football game this year, next week would be a really good one to come out to Jones and watch them take on Mount St. Mary, a team that's really turned things around in 1 year. So congratulations, Jones Longhorn tonight. 45-12, the final in this one. We're going to go ahead and call it a night. Reeves, really appreciate you coming again. It's been great.
It was awesome. This was a very fun experience. You're an easy guy to call a game with, and glad I got the opportunity to do this. I hope we get to call some games in the future.
We will definitely find ourselves with headsets on again together. Bell Bonds by Tamra, Elemental Insulation, Bank First, and Jones Nutrition helping bring the broadcast to you. If you are watching the stream tonight, you have a business, there's so many opportunities to advertise on Jones football. Just reach out to us. You can email, find us on Twitter, send us a message, Facebook, or you can call me or text me. My phone number is really easy, folks. 405-999-OKIE. 405-999-6543 is my number. Give me a shout, and we'll get you hooked up as one of the advertisers here on the Oklahoma Sports Network for Jones football. Thank you again.